Just really proud of our players. I thought they came out and they played extremely hard. Handled a lot of adversity out on the field. We definitely had some things come up in the game that we had to change and adjust to. I thought those guys did a phenomenal job of that. I think they played hard. I think they went out, executed the game plan. We knew we were going to have a big challenge in front of us, but really just give credit to our guys. I thought our guys have handled the last 2 weeks really well, ignored, everything, and just kind of went out and played aggressive. So that was great to see. Happy. I'm just happy for our players.
Tim, you can start us off.
Hey, Matt. Congratulations on the week. Things from me, you mentioned some here. Can you just speak to the offensive line changes that you had there? You lost Crosby, you lost Big V and had to shuffle some things around, but didn't look like you guys really skipped a beat on offense. And then secondly, on the defensive side of the ball, just your ability to stop the run today. I know that's been kind of a point of emphasis for you guys. You were really strong in that regard. So maybe just those two things from me.
Yeah. I think I don't know if I've been in a game where we played all 8 offensive linemen. So that was a little bit unique, but I thought that was great. Those guys just being prepared, right? So great lesson for us. I think our guys do a phenomenal job of this every single week of just being ready to go. You never know when your number is going to be called. And when it gets called, you got to go out there and perform really well, which I thought they did. Just give credit to the offensive line. Those guys did a great job of communicating, helping each other on the sideline, and being ready to go. So, really proud of that crew, and glad that everybody got out there and played. That was awesome to see. And quite honestly, you're looking at the different lineups going in and out, and you're just trying to evaluate it. But I really thought everyone, gelled and communicated really well, which is the biggest thing with the offensive line. So I thought that was great. Defensive line, I think you asked me about the run game. Defensive line was, I thought the front did a great job, the linebackers and the D-line, and some of the DBs that were down in the box. We had a couple of different looks for them, which I thought was good. And I think those guys played aggressive. I think they did a good job. Jacksonville's got a great run game. We know that. We talked about it all week, and it was a big challenge for us. So I'm just happy. Give credit to the players. They're the ones that did it out on the field. It was great.
Dave?
Two things, Matt. First, you mentioned blocking out the noise, that your players did a good job of that. How much of that was motivation? How much of that seeped into the locker room? Did you have to, make sure that guys were able to push that to the side and ignore that going into this game?
No, I think it's, it's just a kind of some things that we talk about all the time. And sometimes, again, I think we've talked about this before. I'm not really a social media guy, or I'm not really up to date with that stuff. And I know that our guys are on it. And it's something I'm always conscious of. A couple of years ago, we had a great conversation with a young player and how important that is to him. So I think for us, it's just a reminder of we just got to focus on what we do inside this building. We got to do our job, focus on what we need to do each week. Let's try to get better and improve. And that's really what we mean when we say that, just put the blinders on and let's go to work. And I thought the guys did a great job of that.
And then DeAndre Swift obviously had a really big day today. Maybe you could just speak to that, what you liked about his performance. And then I was curious about, because he missed some of that time in camp, was this just a product of maybe getting comfortable with the offense? Was this a game plan specific thing where he played so much, got so many carries? Just how do you explain, the role that he had, I guess, today too?
Yeah. Obviously give him credit. He did a phenomenal job in the O-line, but I think he ran really hard. I think, he ran physical, which was great to see. And we know what a great player he is. And, we've been talking about it for a while that, there's certain things that he can do that give opponents a problem. I think it was a great opportunity for us to maybe take, the bye week and really take a look at some of the different plays that we had and how did they all fit together. And I thought, Coach Bevel and his staff did a great job of giving a really good run game plan to the offense. And they went out and executed it really well.
Did he do enough to earn more carries going forward?
We got a great running back room. I love all those guys. So, if we can hand the ball off at 3 times at the same time, that'd be great. So, we'll give it to all of them. We'll give one to Kabinda.
But you can't. So, did he earn more? He's been a big part of the passing game. Does he earn more of the running game?
Yeah. That's what I said. We got a great room. So, I'll give it to all of them.
Okay. Thanks.
Rothstein?
I kind of want to follow on that a little bit too, that finally seeing him emerge, does that also maybe give you more flexibility with Adrian? Because I know, y'all say Adrian, he's a workhorse, whatever, but he's still 35. So does that give you a little bit maybe more flexibility game to game now with how you use him?
I think for us, we'll go back, we'll take a look at the tape. I'm just proud of the guys for winning today. I'm proud of the guys for doing a great job in the game. We're not going to go bigger than that right now. I think that we all had a long conversation probably a couple of years ago with Carry On earlier in the year and what he was doing well. And I tried to explain to everybody that it's a long season. It's a long season for rookie running backs and all the different looks that they get. So, from that standpoint, We're just going to keep trying to do what we can do to keep the run game going. I think, when you talk about the run game, you can talk about the running backs and obviously the ones that carry the ball, but a lot of work being done up front, a lot of work being done by the tight end group, a lot of work being done by the O-line group, the wide receivers, those guys coming in and blocking all the force. So I think that's what's fun about the run game, right? It's just a great team effort. So proud of those guys, proud of those players.
And the offensive line, it looked like you went back to a little bit of rotating at guard like you did last year. What was the reasoning behind that? Especially
we
y'all were doing
got
well.
guys that we like, and then we went out there and I'm thankful actually that we did roll everybody through. Again, like I said, we played 8 offensive linemen today, so that was great for everybody to get out there and play.
Is that something you're still planning on doing going forward, or is that more because of Dahl's kind of coming back from injury? And Frankie.
Again, I think it was just what we were trying to get done here for today.
Okay. Thanks, Matt. Appreciate it.
Justin.
Hey, Matt, we talked a lot about just kind of simplifying things this week and the importance of getting guys playing fast out there. How did you like the way that was executed? And maybe was that, a lesson for you as a coach or something you drew from past experience that got this out of your team today? Yeah.
I definitely think, through my coaching career, I've been in that situation where you get to the end of September and you kind of take an evaluation of where you're at and what you're doing well. I think the guys played fast. I necessarily can't say that everything was simplified from a scheme standpoint, maybe just a coaching standpoint, maybe some of the responsibility standpoint, some packages, maybe less rotation that way. Just tried to take whatever bricks that we felt we could take off their plate. We just wanted to do that. But again, just give credit to the players. They went out. I thought they played hard. We'll see the film. I'm sure there's going to be a lot to correct and definitely some, there were some penalties in there I didn't really like and things like that we got to do a better job of. And we'll critique those and we'll correct them. And we'll just try to get better next week. We know we're going to have to do a great job next week to get ready to go.
And the sack total maybe wasn't there, but it did seem like there was a much more effective pass rush today. We talked about stopping the run earlier. How much did that play into, letting those guys pin their ears back and really get after Minshew today?
Yeah, definitely they are complementary as far as the run and the pass game, and I think that is true. Give Minshew credit. That guy got out of some pretty tough looks. So he's a great player. He's really difficult to play against. He made some really, phenomenal escapes and extended plays and stuff. And we got to do a better job. We got to do a better job of finishing those. Like you said, I think we missed some opportunities there, but, we missed some, but give him credit too for being the athlete that he is.
Thank you, Matt.
Okay, time for one more with Kyle.
Matt, Justin kind of stole my question, so I'll just build on it maybe a little bit. It seemed like you guys sent more blitzes or more bodies, at least in the pass rush. Correct me if I'm wrong, but looking at it live, that's what it kind of looked like. Was that game plan specific to Minshew and the Jaguars, or is that more of like a greater defensive philosophical maybe shift from you guys?
Yeah. I think some of them just kind of came clean and some of them hit. Some of them came against the pass game, which, maybe there were run pressures that usually you really can't tell. And then sometimes we have them based on looks. So we got a couple of the looks that we thought we'd get and we were able to get some pressure off those certain looks. So, that all changes week in, week out. But certainly we understand that when we have the ability to pressure, how much that can help us as long as we're holding up with the coverage and everything behind it. And we don't give up those big plays. So I think some were good. And then, I think there was, a couple out there that weren't so good.
And just one more from me. I think it's unusual to see maybe 2 players leave because of dehydration. Was it that hot or that humid on the field, or was there something going on with the hydration of those guys? I guess, what was driving those issues there?
Yeah, pretty humid down here, pretty hot. So, we might have more than just 2. We have to go in and get IVs and stuff like that. So, just sometimes that happens. We got to, do a better job of just being ready to go with that stuff. Certainly coming down to Florida, in October, it's still warm. But again, just proud of everybody stepping up and being ready to go when they had to.
It was nice and cool up in the press box, just so you know.
Perfect. I'm glad. I'm sure you guys are hot stuff too.
Yeah. Thanks, Matt.
All right.
All right. Thank you, Coach.